and my all respected teachers and my all Islamic brothers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wal aqibatu lil muttaqin wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In awliya'uhu illa al-muttaqun. Sadaqallahul azim. First of all, I would like to thank this institute for giving me this golden opportunity. Today my topic is Hazrat Data Shah Wezart Husain, Biography and Services. Before starting my speech, I request to all of you to recite Holy Durud on our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahu Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nahnu ibadu Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Salatum wa salam alayka ya Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam. My dear Islamic brothers, Hazrat Data Shah Wezart Husain is one of the great personalities who propagated Islam and Sunnah in his entire life and enlightened the people with Islamic laws and set a high example of service of the people. Hazrat Data Shah Wezart Husain was born in one of the famous towns Nagpur in around 1318 after Hijrah. His father was a great Sufi connected with practical Islam, and his mother was also very pious and morally developed. My dear Islamic brothers, Hazrat Data Shah Wezart Husain acquired his primary education and rational science and transposition science, especially commentary of the Quran and Hadith, and the knowledge of Sufism from the great Shah of his time. And it was a sign of his majesty that people would be amazed when he used to interpret the Quran in any program. He spent his entire life to reform the society and guide the people to straight path. He propagated Islam in North Bihar, Bengal, Assam and different areas of Nepal and hosted there the flag of Islam. Due to his tireless struggle, many non-Muslims embraced Islam and a number of misled people repented on his hand and became ideal Muslims. My dear Islamic brothers, the all qualities of an exemplary life existed in Hazrat Data Shah Wezart Husain by which a person can live a successful life here and hereafter. He was always busy in service of the people. Whenever any person used to pass through his house, he would always ask about him and would treat him as well as he could. He would always help every kind of helpless and homeless and poor person. He had khilafat and permission from two great personalities. One of them, the great multi-dimensional personality of that time, Hazrat Qazi Shah Tafazul Husain Ghazipuri, and second of them, a great Sufi, Maulana Ji Ali Naushabarkati, Khalifa of Hazrat Sayyid Abdul Husain Nuri Myanmar Harami. Hazrat Data Shah Wezart Husain propagated the chain of Qadriya Barkatiya in different areas of India and Nepal and guided the people in the light of Sharia law. He spent his entire life in pleasure of Allah and His Messenger, the last Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And such was the state of his devotion to Allah that he used to always busy in the remembrance of Allah in every condition. Such was in sleep, his tongue was chanting Allah, Allah. It was an example of his devotion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear audience, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had chosen him for the service of Deen and Shariat from his childhood. Therefore, He spent his entire life to propagate Islam and for the well-being of our society. Because several Islamic institutions and khanqah were established by him. I would like to present here some names. For example, Madrasa Nizamiya in Sursand, Bihar, Anjuman Jaman Taiba in Darjeeling, Bengal, Madrasa Abrarul Ulum Hostia in Nanpur, Bihar, Madrasa Rizwani Ulum in Bhir Rani, Bengal, Khanqah Rizwaniya in Adhianpur, Nepal, Khanqah Barkatiya Rizwaniya in Nanpur, Bihar, etc. These are a few historical glances of his dynamic life. Apart from these, there are many historical monuments that were given to the Muslim community by him. And more importantly, these monuments given at that time where such facilities were not available easily, especially in North Bihar and Bengal. My dear audience, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had bestowed upon him a strong spiritual power, by which when he would do dua for anyone, definitely he would achieve his destination. And when he would sit under a tree and clap, the all leaves would fall at his feet. It was his spiritual power given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once upon a time, plague spread in his village. It was very dangerous and contagious. A number of people fell into the mouth of death. The people of village come to him and asked to do dua. Hazrat Shah once stood up and circled the village by doing dua. After that, plague disappeared, and till now there is no complaint of it. It was his spiritual power and connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear audience, in short, Hazrat Shah has done distinctive work in his entire life, and he spent all life in service of the people and service of society and service of Deen and Sharia. And in the last, he left this world in 1383. Now I conclude my speech. May Allah guide us on the straight path and grant us success in this world and the world after it. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.